Don't you dare change that station. You're listening to Columbus's newest radio program.
Sweet mother of God, what is the holdup?
This is the Sunday Morning Meltdown with your hosts, Anthony Antman Siobhan, Josh, and the intern Siobhan. Exclusively on musicfamiliaproductions.com.
Yay.
Good morning.
It's another week. Wait. Yeah. It is. It's another week.
Hey, wait, they can't see us.
Wait.
Ah, there we go.
Ah.
God, I feel like the delay got longer.
Yeah, I think...
Am I crazy, or do you feel like maybe it did too?
I feel like maybe there might be a little bit of a delay here. We're going to get the cameras changed up here. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Sunday Morning Meltdown.
Can you turn me up a little?
I'll turn you up a little bit. How about now, Siobhan?
Mm-mm.
How about now?
Hey, there we go.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's a little better.
Good?
Yeah, there we go.
Yay.
Yay.
What's
Yay.
going on, Siobhan? How's it going?
It's going. I'm still
You're a
not-
little
yeah.
shrunken down today. Let me get you adjusted here.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I had to, because people use my chair on the Thursday show because, we use what we got and we don't got a lot. And so people use my stuff on the Thursday show. So then on Sunday, I'm always having to readjust. And really, this is how I would prefer to be. I finally got it right this week, and normally I don't. So sorry about that. You had to, fix things. Apologize. I'm sure, what can I say? Short girl problem number 999, I guess. Because there's a lot of them.
Between your mouth problems every week and your short girl problems.
Hey, now. Hey, look, our studio bull.
Yeah, he's been...
With his white spot. I swear, I think it's paint or something. I don't know.
I don't know what it is.
It's got to be... But we haven't done any kind of, construction in the studio recently, so...
I think it's maybe always been there underneath, and then maybe that's because if you look, the fur's all ruffled.
It could be butt paste.
What?
I mean, it could
Wait
be
a minute.
dried caked on butt paste.
Caked on butt paste.
It's totally possible. If that stuff sits out and dries out, and it kind of, yeah.
You got your baby's butt paste on my studio bull.
Dude, I can't help it. She loves the studio bull, and she likes to smack herself when she's being changed. I don't know what to tell you. It's a baby thing.
It's funny because I was hanging out with her the other day, and it was quite funny because...
It's actually, let me clarify, she doesn't like to smack herself. She likes to smack herself because she's trying to grab the diaper as I'm putting it on, because she's at that stage that she doesn't actually want to wear clothes. I should clarify that.
Yeah, so we were hanging out, and I had to change her diaper, and that commercial, that Lean Cuisine commercial, where the dude's in a lunchroom smacking his food with his fork.
Yeah.
So that makes a slap sound,
Devour
right?
meals.
Yeah. So I'm watching the commercial, and the dude, he's like, oh, slap. And slaps his food, right? Well, she looks at me and goes, slap. And slaps herself, slaps her privates, and laughs. And how are you supposed to?
My kid's crazy.
Yeah, and then she got butt paste with her fingers, and then takes her fingers and sticks her fingers up in her hair.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had to give her the proverbial whore bath, wipe her down with the wipe.
I give my baby wipe baths quite frequently. I'm not even gonna act like I don't.
Are you gonna be the mom, Siobhan?
Oh
Hold still.
no, because I didn't like that when I was a kid. That shit
Yeah.
irritated me like crazy. Like I hated that. Like I'm not gonna force her. You know, if it's a nice thing and she wants to wear, you know, the rattiest T-shirt she's got, no, go change. But I'm not gonna force her to wear anything that she doesn't want to wear. Like if she wants to wear jeans, she can wear jeans. If she wants to wear dresses, she can wear dresses. I don't really care. Like that doesn't matter to me. But
So we got a big show today. We got some controversial stuff to talk about today.
more controversy, yay.
Stormy Daniels was on SNL last night, and I fell asleep.
Oh boy, I didn't actually realize she was going to be on. Or I've been watching that.
Right. So we're going to talk about that during the show. And the flight attendant reportedly drunk on the airline. So
Is this real life LA to
this
Vegas?
is yeah. This is legit. This is.
For those of you that don't know, LA to Vegas is a very short, like really, if you took out the commercials, like a 15-minute sketch comedy, basically, about the life of these flight attendants and the crew and a couple of their main passengers that fly every weekend from the flight from LA to Vegas. And so, yeah, adult content only. Very, very highly adult content, but
Dylan
should
McDermott.
totally watch it if you haven't seen it.
Dylan, I think his name's Dylan McDermott.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to
Last
like
name
that.
is I swear to God, I think his last name is. We're gonna have you look it up there, Siobhan. But anyway, so we got love news today. We got horoscopes. We got a whole bunch of fun stuff, man. We're gonna open up the phone lines.
I don't understand how you can do that. Like, how did people do that? I can't.
What?
You were right. That's his name, Dylan. Like, I hate you. I hate you. I can't. Like, I can remember random stupid things like that nobody cares about.
But you know what? My wife's listening, so that just shows my wife, like, oh shit, that motherfucker, like, he really remembers shit. Like, no.
No, I mean,
and I
yeah,
don't.
but that's the thing though. Like, you remember bands and song titles and movie quotes and all of that. I can't remember that stuff to save my life.
But I can't remember what I had for breakfast last week.
Well, neither can I.
You know what I mean? Like, that's like, in my wife, you know, she's always on me about the whole like to-do list and remember stuff, and I'm like, seriously, like, it's not that I don't pay attention. It's really hard for me to remember certain things, and it's not because it's not important.
No, I think everybody has, like, everybody's memory is definitely different, and people remember things differently, and I think that dictates somewhat what we remember and how we remember. So
Yeah,
you know,
fun stuff.
but yeah, you're right, Dylan McDermott. Yeah.
Hey, so you saw in news the grandfather who stuck out his leg out to trip the armed robber,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So he is in the news. We're going to talk about that story coming up in the show. I think you guys are going to love this.
It made me smile because I feel like that would have been my grandfather in his younger years.
Oh, hell yeah. Like,
Yeah.
my grandfather would have been like, oh, shit,
Yeah.
I don't want to get my good shoes dirty. Like, he would have, like, stepped out of his shoes probably. Like, but, I mean, I don't know, man. Like, it's so casual. Like,
Yeah,
let
like
me
it was
go.
just, let me just take a step back and I'll stick my leg out now.
And now, yeah. So, and we got some douchebag criminals, man. So, a couple wanted for a violent umbrella attack. A man in Tennessee gets arrested for having a huffing stash. And our third runner-up is a superintendent who likes to poop a lot. It's going to be fun to talk about that. 'Cause everybody loves to talk about poop.
Slightly afraid on that one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And fun stuff. So I don't know. It's going to be a good show, man. We saw Jasmine Cain.
We did.
What'd you think of that?
It's actually the first time I've seen her perform live. I've seen video of her live performances, but it's not quite the same. And I think she is an amazing artist. She has a lot of energy, and stage presence is really good, and that's something you don't see as much But I do know there's also that way in which she's a female lead, and so she almost has to bring more energy because it's harder as a female lead to.
And she's only like 5'6".
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, because she totally wears some big, huge heels.
Yeah. Like we saw it up there. So you know when we were hanging out, we thought flat out she just wasn't paying attention at all. Like she thought we thought she was just kind of snowballing us, kind of thing. She didn't even recognize me or us because it's been so long, and my hair was so long. And
see, I told you should have said something.
And she was like, yeah. She's like, I saw you. She's like, I was just. She's like, you saw how many people like kept bringing me drinks and kept flooding me. She's like, we didn't even get a chance to hang out. I'm really sad about that. And she said that open on Facebook, and I was like, oh, I feel like a dick. Like, but I mean, I love you, Jasmine Kane. If you're checking out the morning show, I love you, and your performance is awesome. So we opened up the show this morning with something special. And instead of just opening up with the intro, we opened up with Black Coffee. If you guys haven't had a chance to check them out, go find them, Official Black Coffee, on Facebook. And that music video that you guys saw was put together by Mr. John Payne of Payne Productions. Check him out, payneproductions.com, for all your video dreams. Pretty good guy, I'd say. Crazy cat, Mr. John Payne.
Yeah, but he definitely knows what he's doing, and he does it well.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I tried to tag him, but it wouldn't let me. He's a smart guy. He got away from getting tagged.
Yeah, I approve all my tags as well. I just, because people tag you in anything. And
so I got tagged. I'm not going to name drop Siobhan, but I got tagged, speaking of that, in 37 photos, 2 of which I was in.
like I said.
And I had to approve all of them. I didn't approve all of them, I'll be honest, because having to approve, that's like 37.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Bam. Like, if you're gonna post a group of photos, do that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Cool, tag me, right. But
Don't
every
individually.
upload, you tag me like 37 times. Like, I think by like 6, I was like irritated. Like, and then by like 10, I wanted to throw my phone. I don't know. I'm curious. Like, how do you manage your phone, Siobhan?
So I'm really bad because I don't really have any of the notification stuff turned on my phone. It's only like the really pertinent stuff, and I have it set up so that it only goes to one place, so it doesn't continually go off over and over and over again. So like I have it set to banners because I have an Apple, so it drops down and then goes away, and then it's on my home screen and it's there, and I can clear it out of there. But yeah, I ain't got time for that. I ain't got time for that. Like, I have a kid, and I have 2 grown kids that I take care of as my job. So I don't have time to keep checking my phone every time it goes off. Like, I don't have it set to give me everything that I get, like, every time someone comments or likes or something. No, I don't have any of that turned on.
Right on. Yeah.
I would never get away from my phone between the page and my Siobhan page and then my personal page.
Yeah.
And then there's Instagram and Twitter. And I don't even keep up with those hardly because I can barely keep up with the ones that I have through Facebook.
Right.
Because I manage that and then I do the website. I ain't got time for that.
Right. Like, it's funny because I'm really bad with voicemails. Like, really bad. And it's
so much so that your voice... I can't believe your voicemail inbox isn't full on your phone, to be honest. Like, there's got to be some kind of limit on that. So, literally, there was some issue with his phone one day, right? So, I'm like, okay, here, let me see it. And I look at it, and he's got, like, 90-something missed voicemail messages or something.
Bad.
And, like, probably not
bad.
90, but it was bad.
No,
like,
it was over 50.
I mean, it was definitely over 50. It was, like, 60 or something. But yeah, I'm like, do you ever listen to voicemails? He's like, no, not really. No.
No, and the reason why is because, truthfully, like, I am a man of return calls. Like, I don't listen to the voicemail. It takes me longer to listen to the voicemail remember what you said in the voicemail and then call you back and then have that conversation. When I could just call you back and be like, hey, did you get my voicemail? No, I didn't, because I called you right back.
Yeah, but
And some people are like, oh, you can hear it. You can hear it in the phone. You, oh.
I mean, that's kind of the whole purpose of voicemail is to leave the message on there so that you don't have to call them right back. That's the purpose.
Yeah.
That's what voicemail was invented for.
Anyway. So, I don't know if anybody's going on a cruise lately. I heard my mailman Jerry is going on a trip, maybe, potentially. I don't know if he's going on a cruise or not, but I got 20 rookie mistakes that you don't want to make on your first cruise. That's coming up in a little bit. Siobhan, what do you have today?
Of course, horoscopes.
Yay!
And I'm working on finding some love news for everyone. And, I'm sure I can find something else along the way. I just, like I said, I haven't had a lot of time to do a lot beyond what my work and my family requires of me recently, so.
I opened up the show with black coffee, so I don't know if anybody got a chance to see the music video. I was going to be nice and air it again at some point during the show, because it is a pretty good video. But right now, I was going to play some Jasmine Kane, and just in honor of seeing her this last week at the Bike Week. So shout out to Muddy Creek as well. Amy and Sam have done a fine job out there.
Absolutely.
What'd you think of the venue, Siobhan?
I love it. I mean, and they're continually, updating and trying to make it better, and I think that's awesome. I mean, that's one of the few bars that are out that way. With that capacity, that is.
I'll give a huge shout out to Lynette's Country Barbecue as well. Always fun out there on Lynette's Children's Charity. Good morning.
I haven't seen Larry in the
No.
chat yet. Hey now.
That was weird. You're fired.
It wasn't my fault. I don't have a mouse.
Not you, the computer.
Oh,
The
okay.
computer's fired. We're going to get a new one. No, I'm kidding. Quite a bunch of money into this one right now. So anyway, good morning, Jason Williamson hanging out with us. In the chat room, and good morning, Mr. Dave Sheets. He's waking up with us, I'm sure, probably doing his morning number 2 or whatever you call it, whatever he calls it. I can't remember what he called it last weekend. It was fun.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hilarious. Getting a bunch of thumbs up from everybody this morning. Mr. Brian Pierce, good morning, sir. Share this video. Let everybody know horoscopes are coming up in a little bit. We're going to get some Jasmine Kane in here, coming in hot, waking up with you guys on Sunday Morning Meltdown. Make sure you guys like our page and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Some talk about some back and forth because we're uploading our stuff to YouTube. Some people ask us if we were ever going to go live back on YouTube. I don't know. Maybe something to talk about. I don't know. I guess we'll talk about that. But
it's a possibility.
I don't know. I guess anything's possible, right? Let's check this out right now. Coming in hot from Jasmine Kane. Make sure you check it out, jasminekane.com. We'll be right back after this.
Drive and if it, that'll see it, it's a hell of a show. Oh,
tired of overpriced and overweight plumbers spending hours on a job and costing you hundreds of dollars, only to find out it's going to cost double? Give Calhoun Plumbing a call. Since 1992, the team at Calhoun Plumbing has been loyally serving the homes and businesses of Greater Columbus, Ohio. Have a plumbing emergency? Calhoun Plumbing will come to your rescue 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. A messy plumbing problem won't wait or fix itself. What are you waiting for? Someone is standing by to take your call now. Call 614-444-1995 for your trusted everything you need all-in-one plumber. Calhoun Plumbing. Military and seniors save 10% off on service calls and no premium rates for Saturday appointments. For more information, go to calhounplumbing.com or call 614-444-1995. That number again is 614-444-1995. Local to national, ZTPMag.com delivers it all. Raw, beautiful, and bold. Go to ZTPMag.com today. Check out info on some of your favorite music, tech, food, and rides.
CTP Mag has it all. I mean, seriously, where else am I going to get this kind of info? Plus, it's all free at the touch of a finger on all my devices. It's like the people working for the Mag understand what their viewers want and the importance of involving them.
You heard, lady. Go to ZTPMag.com. What's going on, Music Familia? Good morning, Siobhan.
Hello.
How are you this morning?
I'm all right. How are you?
It's Ohio outside this morning. It's quite nice out,
I
actually.
was gonna say it seemed like it was pretty nice out actually.
That's what I mean. It's Ohio
Right.
outside because it's nice right
well,
now, and then by
normally-
the time the show's over, it'll stop.
I was gonna say normally when people say it's Ohio outside, the weather isn't nice. So I don't really know that that's the way you want to do that.
Yeah, ass backwards.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Good morning. How's everybody? It's kind of a slow day. Lots of shows last night.
Why did it comment?
Huh?
Cause okay.
What?
I thought it like duplicated the comment in the feed, and I was like, what the hell? But then I realized that it was an individual to each of them. So you know. Yeah, because doing like 4 things at once.
4 things. It's
Always.
It's really hard to not multitask. You kind of, it's one thing. It's like you have to,
Right.
you know.
Well, for what we do, yeah, because I mean, really, like we should have probably like 2 or 3 more people helping us with the show every week, but so that realistically, so that we would be able to just focus on being the hosts, but we don't get that luxury, so.
I think we do pretty good.
I think for being a 2-person crew that should be like a 6-person crew, we do pretty good.
Studio Bulls in the frame.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. He's just
He's good for that,
scoping and things out.
He's got to make sure everybody know, scoping out my food.
Right. So, 20 things. Give you some time to. You still need some time to get some stuff prepared, Siobhan?
Well, I've got a couple of things here, but I'm trying to find some love news. There doesn't seem to be anything worthwhile in love news. Having trouble. Been having trouble recently, actually. There hasn't been a lot of stuff lately. For
No, we
love
can
news.
talk about Kanye.
I don't even want to go there. Don't even want to go there.
Oh, well, we can talk about how slavery was a choice. Oh boy. So seriously though, like a lot of my friends are getting ready to go on
I
cruises.
just can't even.
a lot of my friends are going on cruises, and after some of the news lately, some of my friends are having some second thoughts. And they were like, Antman, have you ever been on a cruise? And I was like, no. I was like, I don't have money like that.
Right, totally.
I was like, no.
No,
No.
you want to take me on one?
I was like, I'm on a cruise every day in Columbus traffic at 5 p.m.
Right.
on 71 South. Yeah, it's always fun right there. No, but 20 mistakes, 20 common mistakes that first-time cruise goers make. First one being they try to do everything on the trip. You try to get everything. Cruise ships are big places, and many stops in numerous ports. If you want to get the most bang for your buck, you probably want to see as many sites as particularly possible, and as many activities as you can. But that's one of the worst rookie mistakes that everyone makes on their first cruise. You won't have time to do anything. You'll just wear yourself out if you try. Maximize your chances to return home feeling refreshed and fulfilled by picking the things that sound the most exciting to you, not trying to check off everything in the brochure list. Yeah, I know that your hubby had something planned for you for next year, Siobhan. I don't know.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, number 2, choosing the wrong kind of cruise. Do you want a cruise to feel like a constant party, or do you want to actually have a chance to kick back and relax? You should pick one that caters to your young travelers if you're looking to party. If you're a parent with small children, then you probably want a family-friendly cruise. Do you want to get a massage and kick back and relax? Then you should choose a cruise that has a spa-like amenities that you crave oh so much. Are you going on a cruise to see the world? Then you should probably pick a cruise that maximizes the time you can spend on land. And they have particular packages obviously laid out for all that. Booking the wrong flights. Most commonly, people end up they think that a connecting flight might necessarily connect on the internet, but they pay for the flight. They fly out there, and then it's a conjoining flight or something like that, where you have to fly there to fly there to fly there. And what most people don't realize is that the boats are on schedule, and it doesn't matter about your flights. Traveling takes time, and often with a cruise, you'll need to fly in and out of the city from which your ship departs. One of the biggest rookie mistakes is to book a flight that arrives on the same day your ship departs. You should give yourself some extra time to deal with the delays and bad weather, because obviously we all know that Mother Nature is a true bitch when it comes to vacation. Let's see. We'll just, I'm not going to go through all of them, but right here, thinking you'll have more time in port than you really will have. Just some common, easy things. It's a cheat sheet of things. I'm going to go ahead and post up on our page there. But what do you got for everybody, Siobhan?
Well, so for all the parents out there, in case you didn't know, I didn't. So, these are things that I'm learning too. May is Bike Helmet Safety Awareness Month, and according to the Ohio chapter, American Academy of Pediatrics, just 10 to 20% of children actually wear bike helmets. However, 75% of bike-related deaths could have been prevented with a helmet, and probably would have been prevented with a helmet.
I'll admit, I didn't. I did
know,
for a minute.
I did when I was really young, and then I got older, and I was like, oh, I don't need it. And,
Right.
You go through that stage. Yeah, totally.
I don't need this shit.
Right, exactly. So Dr. William Cotton with the Ohio chapter American Academy of Pediatrics joins 10 TV's Karina Nova to discuss how to properly fit a child for a helmet. So properly fitting a bike helmet, place the helmet low on the forehead, just above the eyebrows. The helmet straps should be snug under the chin so the helmet stays in that position. And the helmet should not move back and forth or side to side and should not be worn on the back of the head. Ohio AAP has launched its Put a Lid on It program. It's a partnership with the Ohio Department of Transportation and Honda of America Manufacturing. More than 8,000 bicycle helmets will be distributed this spring as part of that program. Ohio AAP has provided nearly 50,000 helmets since the beginning of the program, and you can get more information on bike helmet safety and the Put a Lid on It program at the link in the story, which of course I'll put up on the Facebook page here in just a moment.
That is sweet.
And what I'll do actually is I'll open that link up and I'll put that link in specifically so that you can just click on that if you want to as well.
That is sweet.
And that goes straight to the Ohio AAP Foundation website.
Being a dad, I guess I better get on this shit.
Yeah, and that's kind of why I wanted to talk about it, because now that I'm a parent, these are things that I think about, and and this is a good website. I forgot that they had this, I'm going to have to bookmark it for sure.
Well, I'm totally amazed by the whole, I don't know, man. Like Ohio, me being from Michigan or that that state up north. I'm sorry, that state up north. I don't know, man. I come from a state where it's required to wear a helmet. And
Right.
On any motorized vehicle or on anything, we all wear. We I don't know. It's just we wear helmets, and people down here, for whatever reason, choose to not. And I didn't. One thing I didn't know until I moved here. Another fun fact I didn't know until I moved to Ohio. That Ohio is in the top 5 in the United States for the most uninsured drivers driving around. I didn't know that either.
Yep.
And they're the number one reason why everybody has to have extra insurance to live in the state. I didn't know that.
It's definitely, and you know what's crappy?
But why would you not want to wear a helmet? Is it not cool to wear a helmet? Like, I don't understand.
Like I said, there's that way in which people are like, oh, it's not cool,
Keeps your brain in, bro.
Right.
Like, I don't understand.
It's that young, dumb, and stupid phase that everybody goes through.
Yeah, but that's okay. What about the 70-year-old dudes and the old ladies riding around with their? I'm just curious, man. I'm asking.
I
the
think
bikers.
that's more so that whole mentality of like old school mentality of just cruising. You know,
can't stop, won't stop, never gonna stop.
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to ask Larry. Larry, be honest about it. Larry would tell us what's the inside, without having to offend a bunch of big angry dudes. Like I don't want to like. Some of his friends, man, are huge.
Yes, yeah.
Quite huge. So good morning, everybody. Waking up with us, Sunday Morning Meltdown. Oh, Siobhan's eating over there. See, there's Siobhan. She's eating, having fun. What are you eating this morning, Siobhan?
I'm eating a chocolate croissant from Trader Joe's. They're effing amazing.
Yes. Good stuff.
Fat kid delicious. Like when my husband and I go to Trader Joe's, we literally get like 4 packages and we stock up on them because we stock up anyway because we have deep freeze. But yeah, we get like 4 packages of those. They come 4 in a pack.
Trader Joe's is now affordable, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, for those of you who didn't know, like Trader Joe's pricing is really competitive now. Like they had to be for obvious reasons, but yeah, it's totally worthwhile to shop at Trader Joe's because most of their stuff is the same price you're going to pay anywhere else, but at least then you don't have any preservatives, fillers, crap, basically.
Yep.
So you can get processed food without really getting processed food.
I've never heard it put like that. That's pretty. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, pretty much.
Yeah.
Basically, it's the healthy version of processed food.
I've never really thought about it like that. Well, thanks, Siobhan.
You're welcome.
Always look to you for special knowledge. There you go.
Like I said, random information and shit.
Oh, so Bill Cosby is in the news. You saw all that stuff, Siobhan. I want to
Yes.
share that with you later in the show, but it's 8:40. What do you have, Siobhan?
Well, hold on.
No, you're fine. You're in the middle of working on something there.
Yeah, I'm trying to post this story here.
Oh, yeah, it's important. Anyway,
Is it not gonna let me?
uh-oh, you're in trouble.
No. Well, that's crappy.
Well, I'll go ahead and I'll talk about Bill Cosby now.
Yeah, go ahead and do that. Well, okay, so things work differently on different sites of how they allow you to post. So, like, one news site will allow you to tag things from Facebook and others won't. And so I just had that problem. And clearly this site that I was using doesn't allow me to, but I didn't realize it at first.
It's secretly sitting back saying, "Ha ha, we love to frustrate you, Siobhan."
So it is very frustrating.
So me and my wife got into a huge debate, Siobhan, about words and about how some people say things differently than others. About the whole oil, full
Arn.
Yeah. Down
Creek.
the
Like.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get it.
wash. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
I could go on for days. My family comes from Southern Ohio. Bring it.
Yeah, you know.
I got them all.
Right, and I've gotten used to, you know, being from that state up north. I've gotten used to the way people talk and the way people say things. And I remember when I first moved here, I'd have to stop and be like, "Hey, okay, what?" And they'd say it back. They say it, you know, 3-4 times, and I gave up after a while. So, I don't know. I've been paying attention to some of my friends, and you can tell on social media when they type, when they do a post on social media, because their language, their speak, is their type.
Right.
So you can read it, and you can almost hear their voice or their tone or however they would say it, just word for word. And you talk to them, and they're very educated people. They spell how they speak, and I didn't realize that the reason why I bring it up is because you know that 72% of people in the United States do that. They did a poll on that last year in 2017. They were curious because the way we've took text to a whole new level on our phones and ebonics and stuff like that. And they did a poll, and it turned out 72.5% of Americans do this on a daily basis. And according to some statistics, it's actually taking our mental capacity backwards.
Oh, I believe it.
So like we're teaching everybody to be dumber. Is what it is. And even in other countries, they still fully text out what they're saying. They don't use anything to shorten it up or change it up or anything like that.
Right.
I didn't know that. That was something.
You know, it's funny too, like you can tell the difference in age of people depending on how they text.
Oh yeah.
Like I can't tell you how many times when texting my nieces or nephews, I had to have them go explain to me what one of those like 3-letter things, like the BRBs and the talk to you laters, all shortened. Like the shaking my head. I didn't know that was shaking my head for like longer than I care to admit. Yeah. Because I'm not. That is not who I am.
Well, you know, the thing is
so I have always been really slow with that stuff.
I think it's really, I don't know. It can be a situation where, you know, man, like, so when we watched the series High School High.
Yes.
You know, some of those were like, gonna kill myself.
Right.
You know, KMS, I believe is what it was. Kill myself. And
I would have never known that's what that was.
No, no. And I think we're gonna get into this if we have time. Maybe next weekend we'll get into it next Sunday. But I'd like to break down the texting and stuff like that. Kind of give parents an insight. Kind of get everybody caught up.
There's definitely like this hidden. I don't even know how to like. There's definitely
it's
a way.
Whole other language.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. I mean, it really is.
And now they've created apps
that will hide things.
Ghost apps, like you know, it looks like a text app, and it says a word or whatever on it, but you open it up and it's actually whatever
secret
it is.
Texting apps and craziness.
So we're gonna try to break all that down. So if you're a parent, you guys want to stay tuned for that. Maybe we'll make that a show next Sunday, Siobhan. I think that'd be a good idea for parents.
Yeah.
But good morning, Mr. Dave Sheets. Waking up with us, probably taking a poop. I love calling him out when he's because that's probably what he's doing. Like, I'm just being real. I love you, dude. Anyway, so it's 8:46, Siobhan. What do you want to do?
Oh, well, I figure I can go ahead and throw this in here while we're coming up to the 9 o'clock hour, and then we can pay some bills. So another thing for the parents, and really like let me just be real here, and if you're honest with yourself, then you'll agree. This is really for everybody, but the Dinosaur Island is returning to the Columbus Zoo. And I don't care how old you are, you're going to enjoy this stuff.
I want to go.
Right. Like, it's just, there's something about it. Like, the special stuff that they do at the zoo, there's something about it. And just the zoo in general, like, you're never too old to go.
No way. Yeah.
So it's the dinosaur exhibit. It's going to open soon at the Columbus Zoo. More than 20 life-size anatomic dinosaurs will be featured in the exhibit, open to guests on May 19th. The dinosaurs will move and make noises. Guests can enjoy the sights and sounds on foot or by boat. The exhibit's going to run through October 28th in the Australia and the Islands region at the zoo. And for more information, you can go to columbusZoo.org. So, but I love the dinosaurs. When
I
they come
was
to the
thinking
zoo, so.
about telling the wife to just call Cosby and get us to your membership as a family and be done with it.
Speaking of that, actually, so for those who don't know, anyone who is on public assistance, be it WIC, Medicare, Medicaid, food stamps, probably cash assistance too, I would assume. But if you are on public assistance, you can get a discounted rate at COSI for the basic family membership, I believe it is. So I think it's like 2 adults and 2 children maybe. I'm not exactly sure what the details because I haven't looked into it fully yet myself. But I do know that you actually have to, take like your WIC paperwork or whatever you have with you. And do it there at COSI. You can't do it online. But yeah, it's a discounted rate, and I think it's like $50 this year because they had to raise it. But yeah, $50, which more than pays for itself, because even if you only go once, it's $25 per adult to go to COSI now.
It's $25 an adult to go to COSI now.
Yeah, something like that. It's really expensive. Like, COSI's expensive. And so this pass, if you are on some sort of public assistance, you pay, it's like $50 for it. So you go twice and it's more than paid for itself.
Wow.
All you have to do is pay parking, and parking's like $5.
There's so much to do at COSI.
And exactly.
There
and
really
if you
is.
have kids, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Because it's getting them away from the screens. It's getting them out of the house. And even if it's too hot to necessarily be outside, like these 80-degree days we've had, then most of what you can do is inside at COSI. Any of the extra things like the movie theater, those are extra on top of it. Obviously, it's just the basic pass, but gosh, it's so worth it. Like, when I was a kid, we went to COSI all the time. I loved it. But
they have things that coincide with that pass. So you can go there and spend the day, and then,
right.
If you want, you can go there, do a bunch of free stuff, and then that really saves you on being able to have the money to be able to do the extra things. You know what I mean? So, and if I'm not mistaken, they do something every year, Halloween. For the kids.
I think they do.
Parents.
Yeah, I think so.
So, I mean, they do something like every season. I'm really excited about the dinosaurs, though. We might have to just go. We might just have to go and just film it.
I'm a huge fan of the dinosaurs. So.
Yeah. Good stuff, man. 8:50 right now. So we're gonna get into something. Let's see. What do you want to do, Siobhan? We got a bunch of music. We got a bunch of new stuff. We got commercials. We got all kinds of stuff we want to do this morning.
Well, we should probably pay our bills. So.
All right, cool. You're getting good. I'm getting you caught up, getting you trained there. That's cool. Anyway, just giving you crap, Siobhan.
I know.
Jeez, you're so crabby this morning.
I'm not crabby. I'm so not. Like, you of all people should know. Like, this is not me crabby. At all.
Yeah, this is true.
This is me just not quite fully caffeine level where it needs to be.
Well,
but I'm working on that.
You better wake up because we got horoscopes coming up in 9 minutes. It is 8:51 Eastern Standard Time. I want to give a huge shout out to Photo Nation AP, my man Dave Sheets. He also says, I haven't even made my double shot yet. Give me 20 minutes. I'll be pooping. So shout out to Mr. Dave, who's going to be handling his business this morning. Awesome. Shout out to you. And everybody out there, I want to give a huge shout out to everybody in Australia who's been downloading and watching our show. We see you guys, and thank you, everybody down under, for all the support. Everybody in the UK as well. Ireland, Siobhan.
Nice.
Yeah, right? And Iceland as well. So that's weird to be saying Ireland and Iceland.
I hope that's not the closest I ever get to being in Ireland.
No, I have hopes and dreams. I hope to be able to go.
You know,
one day.
I got robbed of my chance when my family went back when I was younger. But yeah, like I still hope to go. I have a daughter now.
Good
Gives
morning,
me a good
Sean.
reason.
Yeah. So she would freak out.
I know I got to do it before I'm like 60 though, because by that point I won't be able to walk anymore.
We're gonna go pay some bills before we're 60 as well, and we'll be right back after this. Get ready for horoscopes at 9 o'clock. So get your birthdays and all that fun stuff in there, and get ready for an awesome horoscope and love news. Let's go. Are you tired of overpriced and overweight plumbers spending hours on a job and costing you hundreds of dollars, only to find out it's going to cost double? Give Calhoun Plumbing a call. Since 1992, the team at Calhoun Plumbing has been loyally serving the homes and businesses of Greater Columbus, Ohio. Have a plumbing emergency? Calhoun Plumbing will come to your rescue 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. A messy plumbing problem won't wait or fix itself. What are you waiting for? Someone is standing by to take your call now. Call 614-444-1995 for your trusted everything you need all-in-one plumber. Calhoun Plumbing. Military and seniors save 10% off on service calls and no premium rates for Saturday appointments. For more information, go to calhounplumbing.com or call 614-444-1995. That number again is 614-444-1995. From local to national, ZTPMag.com delivers it all. Raw, beautiful, and bold. Go to ZTPMag.com today. Check out info on some of your favorite music, tech, food, and rides.
ZTP Mag has it all. I mean, seriously, where else am I going to get that kind of info? Plus, it's all free at the touch of a finger on all my devices. It's like the people working for the mag understand what their viewers want and the importance of involving them.
You heard the lady.
Get over to ZTPMag.com.
Hey guys, Josh from the Sunday Morning Meltdown here. Music Familia Productions is always looking for new sponsors for the shows. For more information, go to musicfamiliaproductions.com. If you have any specific questions or requests, send your emails to musicfamiliaproductions@gmail.com. From all of us here at Music Familia Productions, we thank you for your continued support.
From local to national, ZTPMag.com delivers it all. Raw, beautiful, and bold. Go to ZTPMag.com today. Check out info on some of your favorite music, tech, food, and rides.
ZTP Mag has it all. I mean, seriously, where else am I going to get that kind of info? Plus, it's all free at the touch of a finger on all my devices. It's like the people working for the mag understand what their viewers want and the importance of involving them.
You heard the lady.
Get over to ZTPMag.com.
Hey, do you have a job that requires a trucking company? Here at Manessi Trucking and Repair, Manessi specializes in hauling, such as gravel, asphalt, and dirt. There's no job too big or too small. Here at Manessi, we have over 40 trucks to serve your hauling needs. Also, during the 27 years of being in business, Manessi specializes in repairing heavy and light-duty equipment, any engine size from a pickup truck to a D9 dozer. Broke down? Here at Manessi, they also make service calls. Get you up and running again. Give Don or Brian Manessi a call at 614-921-9183 or stop by at 1715 Atlas Street in Columbus off of Trayview or at ManessiTrucking.com. Remember, needy material hauled or equipment fixed, give a call to Manessi Trucking and Repair.
Slaves to Sadness, Siobhan.
Say that again.
Slaves to Sadness. Yeah, Slaves to Sadness right there from Pray for Sleep.
Are you having trouble speaking today?
I am. Yeah, I haven't had enough coffee yet this morning.
Well, it's right in front of you. And, well, not coffee, but, you know, because you don't drink coffee because you're weird.
Ugh. No,
So Dave's going to buy me an espresso machine.
Wait, what?
He's like, no, I'm not.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
No, Dave and he sent me a picture of his espresso, you know, because you guys share poop shots. We share espresso shots.
They're called battle shits.
Whatever.
They're called battle shits. And never mind.
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever.
But anyways, yeah, so he sent me a picture of his espresso this morning, and then he was like, you need an espresso machine. I was like, that I do. Do you want to buy me one?
Yeah.
Come on, Dave. We've been friends for a long time. Just come buy me the one you have. You said it's really good.
Right. Yeah, it is. It is.
Clearly.
I've been to his house. It's actually really nice.
Anyways.
So it's
I love you, Dave.
It's 9 o'clock, and it's horoscope time. Good morning, Mr. Justin Edwards, hanging out with us this morning. Good morning, sir. Mr. Derek Ward, Mr. Dave Sheets, already. He's ready. Justin Brown, Dave says, Aquarius, I'm ready.
All right.
Yeah. So we'll do Dave this morning first.
Yes, we will. So first, though, for those of you who have a birthday today, happy birthday, and here's your horoscope. Material things are important, of course, but your attitude to money and possessions will change dramatically over the coming year. You don't have to give away all of your worldly goods, but you will be a lot happier with less junk clogging up your life.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah.
Right on. So that means empty the spam folder.
Pretty much.
Gotcha.
Pretty much.
All right.
So, Dave, Aquarius, some things are worth worrying about, but most things are not. So calm down a bit and try to see whatever you are getting anxious about for what it really is, a minor matter at best. Life is not intended to be an ordeal.
Huh.
Well, that sounds like Dave to a T.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
Love you, Dave.
Good morning, Mr. Dave Greenberg, Mr. Victor Cooperman, Minnie. How's it going, man? Good morning, guys. Let us know, Mr. Don Miller. Let us know your birthdays. Get you in for horoscopes. What's going on, Virginia? How's it going? Good morning.
For all of my fellow Geminis, use charm to get what you need. Venus in your sign will make it easy for you to impress influential people, and there's no telling where that might lead over the next week or so.
Wow.
You may soon be a very important person yourself.
Go buy that lottery ticket, Gemini.
Clearly.
Yeah, man. You know, speaking of lottery tickets, Siobhan, I'm going to let your daughter pick my lottery ticket numbers. Because even though she's only one, she loves the lottery.
She does. She loves watching the Powerball. Like, it's ridiculous how excited she gets because the balls shoot up into the thing.
I feel like if you were to take her to the live screening, you wouldn't get through it because she would be the loudest baby on set.
Oh, God. Yes. Yeah. Like, she squeals at the top of her lungs when they do it. It's completely and totally ridiculous.
Good morning, Mr. Michael Gibson. Good morning, Mr. Dave Tipple. I haven't seen Dave in so long, man.
I was going to say, Dave Tipple, my goodness.
Yeah.
I haven't. Wow.
Shout out to Mr. Dave Tipple, man. Miss your face, bro.
Yeah.
Hope all is well with you. Mr. Don Miller hanging out with us. So, like, we're still doing the whole horoscope thing, so get your birthdays in, get your months in. We'll take care of you. Justin Edwards says, might as well be speaking Chinese with these horoscopes.
So, Virgo for the Antman.
Oh, shit.
You don't need to be assertive to get what you want. On the contrary, the sun in your fellow Earth sign of Taurus, linked nicely with Neptune, planet of compassion, urges you to put other people's needs first. Somehow, your needs will be met too. Bet if your wife is listening, she agrees with that one from her and I last conversation.
What? I'm a good husband. Damn it.
She's never said you're not a good husband. Just that, you know.
What?
You've got a me complex a little bit. Just a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, you know.
She does take credit though that she allows you to in a lot of ways, so it's kind of her fault too.
I mean, well, you know, like I think I think at the end of the day, like I think support from the woman is important.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, from any man who's in the music industry who understands where I'm coming from, like, you know,
Behind every good man is a better woman.
right? You know, like I don't know.
And all the men out there are like, yeah, oh, wait, no.
Your mom says, "Turn your volume up. Can hardly hear you." The volume is up, Mom. I can hear me.
I can hear me.
Turn your volume up, Mom.
Yeah.
What? No, kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, Mom. I love you. No. So let's see here. Mr. David Linky. Good morning, sir. Scorpio. And we'll just go down the line as we.
All right. So for the Scorpio, you can get people to help you today without using threats or bribes or other questionable methods. The cosmic picture is good at the moment, and you don't need to spoil it by being aggressive. Ask nicely, and you will get everything you need.
That's a.
Well, now.
I think some people could really benefit from that.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, and that you know there should be like a little air quote thing that says P.S. Stay off Facebook. Let's see. I said Scorpio. How about Mr. Justin Edwards? May 26th.
Let's see here. That would be a Gemini as well. So I'll read that again for you. Use your charm to get what you need. Venus in your sign will make it easy for you to impress influential people, and there is no telling where that might lead over the next week or so. You may soon be a very important person yourself. Which, by the way, for my mama, Cam Grady, that sounds like good news toward that job you were trying to get. So fingers crossed that means good things for that, mama.
In all seriousness, congratulations, Mama, getting some things in order,
She's
man.
Trying to. She's trying to. Yeah, I gotta give her a call today actually and see if she got it yet.
Yeah, I hope she did.
She better. She. I mean, that's what she did at a previous job, so there's no reason they shouldn't take her.
Mr. Dave Greenberg, what's going on? He says Aries. Joshua Allen, good morning. Mr. Don Miller says coffee time and Antman. Good morning. Let's see. Andrea Klein, Robert Blackburn, and Mr. William Pate. Good morning, William. How's it going, man? Don Miller says, I know Cam. Good lady. Yes.
So Aries, you don't need other people's approval for what you're planning to do. Follow your inner voice. Follow what your inner voice says is true, and trust that the cosmic powers will protect you from those who would like to see you fall on your face. Don't worry, you won't.
Can we trade? I like that one. Justin Edwards says, I do have that event coming up in 2 weeks, and maybe that'll be the good thing.
There you go.
You know what, man? Shout out to Justin Edwards. He's got some Rock on the Range event coming up. We're going to get more details, and as soon as I get a flyer from him, we'll start pushing that. You'll be watching for that on our Music Familia Productions page. Can't wait to share that. But we collaborated a little bit to help get some bands in there and get some promotion and sharing going. And he does his own kind of podcast, so be watching for that in the future as well. Just a mutual sharing on that. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good.
So, how else do we have left?
Anybody else?
Dave Sheet says the volume is good, and Cam says, "Hi Thor, Grandma loves you."
He's very confused because his couch is gone. So now when he's down here, he doesn't know where to lay.
Yeah, no, you didn't send it to me. I need a flyer there, bro. You're fired. I'm just kidding. He goes, I didn't send it to you. Shit. I'm like, no, there's no big deal, man.
It's all good.
Yeah. Crap happens. Just ask Dave. 9:10 in the morning, waking up here, Sunday Morning Meltdown. I'm going to give a huge shout out to everybody waking up with us. Thank you guys for joining us. If you guys are not and you have not liked our page, head over to like our page, facebook.com/Music Familia Productions. And you guys can subscribe as well if you're watching us live. You can subscribe to the YouTube channel right there. on our page, I do believe, or go to musicfamiliaproductions.com. You can subscribe from the website right there directly. So make sure you guys do that. Share the shit out of this video because we want to get more people involved. And Calhoun Plumbing, be listening to a couple commercials from them. If you know a local business, if you are a local business, it doesn't matter. Local to us is everywhere because local is everywhere to somebody else, right? So if you know a business, if you are a business, you want some commercial advertising that you can afford and that you can respect and that will get behind you, contact us, hit us up, front office at musicfamiliaproductions.com. You can send all the gods that be over there. And let's see here. Cam says, still waiting to hear on the job. Not yet.
Damn.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Good morning, Michelle Grace Ruff. Good morning. So, all right, Siobhan, what do we need to do here? You're running the ship today. What do we need to do?
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Well, that's probably not a good idea. I can barely keep my own ship out of the rocks. You think I'm going to keep this one out?
At least you're honest.
Well, let's see here. I guess we could go ahead and talk about this. So, I know a lot of our listeners are parents who have teens or kids that are becoming teens soon. And let's be honest, most of them probably have cell phones. So there's some studies and whatnot that say that teens who get more sleep may actually curb some of their screen time. So according to this, when teens get extra sleep on school nights, they may cut back mostly on sedentary activities like screen time without making major changes to their exercise habits, a small experiment suggests. So researchers asked 18 adolescents who regularly got 5 to 7 hours of rest a night to go to bed early and get an extra 1.5 hours of sleep on school nights for 2 weeks and wear activity trackers during the day. During a separate 2-week period, the researchers tracked the teens' activity levels when they stuck to their habitual bedtimes and got their regular amount of sleep. When they had to get extra rest, teens averaged 71 more minutes of sleep on school nights than they did before they started the experiment. With this extra sleep, teens spent an average of 52 fewer minutes of the day being sedentary than they did when they were asked to follow their usual sleep schedules. But the amount of time they devoted to light or vigorous physical activity didn't change much based on how much rest they got, according to the results in the sleep medicine. When teens sleep less, they spend more time awake, and we knew that something had to occupy the extra time, said Leave study author Tori Van Dyke of Cincinnati Children's Hospital Medical Center. It turns out that the extra time awake is almost all just sitting around. It has no health benefits, Van Dyke said by email. In contrast, when teens sleep more, they replace sedentary behavior with sleep, which we know is more helpful for thinking skills, physical health, safety, and mood. Ideally, teens should get 8 to 10 hours of sleep each night, according to U.S. Center for Disease Control and Prevention. They should also get an hour a day of moderate to vigorous intensity aerobic exercise. Teens in the study didn't measure up very well against these recommendations. Some of them didn't get enough rest to begin with for the extra 1.5 hours to be sufficient. And whether or not they got extra rest still came up far short of the meeting the CDC exercise targets. When the teens got their typical amount of sleep, they averaged a total of about 245 minutes of light and vigorous exercise over 5 weekdays, when they should have had 300 minutes of moderate to intense activity. With extra sleep, they averaged about 225 minutes of light and vigorous exercise. Yeah. So the difference in exercise with the two different sleep schedules wasn't big enough to rule out the possibility that it was due to chance. One drawback of the experiment, however, is that they only had 18 participants, and it's possible that a larger group might have highlighted meaningful differences in exercise based on the amount of sleep they got. Many teens also failed to follow the directions for their sleep routines during the study. Go
No
figure.
shit.
Go
Like,
figure.
I mean, come on.
I mean, you know.
Jeez.
So the study shows that although teenagers can be stubborn, it appears possible to modify their sleeping habits, said Paul Collings of Bradford Institute for Health Research in the UK. This is reassuring, but we must bear in mind that the study lasted only a few weeks and involved only a small and select group of teenagers. Collings, who wasn't involved in the study, said by email. It's still encouraging that teens in the study didn't appear to sacrifice exercise to get more sleep, said Michelle Garrison of the University of Washington and Seattle's Children Research Institute. This is great news, since sometimes involving one aspect of health can come at the cost of slipping in other areas. And so it's wonderful to see that improving sleep doesn't affect physical activities in teens this age. Garrison, who wasn't involved in the study, had said by email as well. While parents can't always control all of the things that get in the way of a good night's sleep for their teens, whether it's the demands of jobs, sports, early start of school day, they can still help support good sleep habits, said Jonathan Mitchell, a researcher at the University of Pennsylvania and Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. Parents do oversee the environment where the vast majority of sleep occurs. Mitchell, who wasn't involved in the study, said by email, removing screens from their bedrooms and enforcing strict bedtime routines has been consistently shown to be associated with more sufficient sleep among children.
So, you know, my thing is I shout out to Anthony Clay, just joined, Mr. Larry Trimmer hanging out with us. But you know, my thing is I'm 34. I'm 34 years young, by the way, might I add. I'm a few years shy. I have a prostate exam, but that doesn't stop me every day. I wake up and I do my thing, damn it. And I do it quite nicely. The wife will probably tell you. But you know what? No, seriously. Maybe Dave uses an apnea machine, sleeps with apnea, so maybe he might be able to contest to this. But I feel like, you know, as I'm getting older, like, the less and less sleep I feel like I'm getting just because I'm getting older, you know, and that might have to do with my dietary habits. Probably.
I mean, there is a lot that affects that, but it is true that as you get older, you get less sleep. You kind of, typically speaking, they've found that when you're younger, you get a little less sleep, and then as you get a little older into your like 20s, late 20s, early 30s, and then your 40s and whatnot, you tend to get more sleep, and then you go back into getting less sleep as you get older. You know, it's that whole cycling through things.
Yeah. I found it fascinating how different, you know, just even change a diet can
make a huge difference.
Yeah, right down to the amount of stress you have leading up to 2 hours before bed. That's why they said they suggest turning everything off. If you're a late night news watcher, they said to, you know, maybe DVR it and not watch it before bed. Watch it in the morning, because certain subjects tend to fuel certain dreams.
Right.
So, like, there's I don't know, man. We could talk about it all day long, but that's fascinating as hell right there, Siobhan.
Absolutely. I mean, there are a lot of things that will affect your sleep, and it's just absolutely insane.
Mr. Dave Greenberg, he says that I don't require a lot of sleep at 64. You know, one of the things, I mean, now, you know, one of the things I would ask, the first question I would ask our listener Dave would be, have you changed your diet at all? Like, do you watch what you eat? Are there certain things you eat over other things? You know, I mean, that's pretty incredible. I noticed that as I get older, I can't sleep till noon like I used to. You know, it's like 10 o'clock. I feel like my body is like, yo, you need to get up.
Yeah, there's definitely that way in which, like, I can't just lay in bed and go back to sleep like I used to, for sure. I used to be able to do that, where I'd, like, wake up at 6 and be like, oh, nope, going back to bed. Yeah, no, I don't.
I wake up in the morning, I go pee, I'm up. Like, I'm
right,
up. Like,
right. Once I'm
like,
up, I'm up.
I'm laying in bed, I'm like, oh, no. I'm like, in my head, my biological clock is ticking, and I hear it, and I'm like, tick, tick, tick. The baby's gonna wake up. The baby's gonna wake up.
Right.
And then you hear the noise. You hear the like, and then the meter starts to go up more on the. Oh man, yeah.
Yep.
Daddying. The Adventures of Daddying with Antman. I'm telling you. Anyway, Siobhan, it's 9:20. What else we got left?
Well, we'll have love news. I finally found a love news story that I feel is appropriate, so we'll go with that. And I don't know, what else do you have?
So I want to talk about the old man who stumped the robbery.
Absolutely.
We got douchebag criminals. I got Bill Cosby. He actually is hiring personal security for his court appearance coming up here soon. Let's see here. Larry Trimmer says, I doze off standing in the checkout line in the grocery store. Mr. Dave Greenberg says, well, for me, it's a little different since I've had a liver transplant and I'm on a ton of meds that I'm sure affects my sleep needs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would say.
Well, thank you for sharing.
absolutely.
Thank you for sharing, guys. I appreciate you. So Bill Cosby, man, I'm telling you, Siobhan, I was a huge fan of Bill Cosby.
I don't even want to talk about, it.
You don't have to. I will. So here we go. Bill Cosby. I will have no shortage of protection when he appears for the judge sentencing in a sexual assault case. Montgomery County Sheriff Sean Kilkenny tells us that law enforcement in his small Pennsylvania town will be 100% all hands on deck for Cosby's court reckoning. We're told dozens of officers from the sheriff's office and Norristown PD, among many other agencies and county detectives, will be at the courthouse along with courthouse security guards as they're all being assigned to patrol the area. There will be also a plainclothes cop appearance to keep an eye out for anything or anyone suspicious. This follows, the reason why a lot of people are asking, this follows death threats of Bill Cosby. Since last week's court hearings, there's been numerous death threats on Cosby's life. And jurors, among other people that are involved in the court case, are afraid to even show up to court because they don't want to be wrapped up in any of it, and they don't want to be. One juror said, "I'm afraid for retaliation after giving sentencing." Because we're killing America's dad.
I definitely, that's the thing. Like, I watched the Cosby Show growing up.
Yeah,
I remember the Puddin' Pops commercial. So this was really...
Leader says, want a pudding pop? A roofie pop?
Right,
Wow, bro.
exactly.
Wow.
Like, it ruined a part of my childhood in a sense. So...
Cosby uses his own security team to travel from and to court, but the sheriff's office will provide additional escorts if a judge orders it, which is looking like that could potentially be a thing. If Cosby is sentenced to hard time, we're told he'll be treated like anyone else, immediately placed in cuffs and led out of the courtroom by deputies to head for prison processing. As we reported earlier, he may get special treatment later on due to his health. But we're told Cosby's sentencing is set to go down sometime in July.
So this is my question. Like, they're not going to put him in Gen Pop. There's no way. Because,
Gen Pop.
There's absolutely no way they're putting him in general population when they put him in jail. Because if they did, I can't imagine that somebody isn't going to shank him. Really, really, really.
Yeah, while
I
scream JELLO.
So I think that whole comment about his health and getting special treatment because of his health, I think that's also their way of avoiding that situation. Because if they put him in the medical wing, if you will, then they can solitary him without solitarying him.
Well, let me ask you this. So, like many illustrious murderers and criminals over the last few years that have been caught and busted, do you think that Bill will commit suicide in prison?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, honestly. I yeah, I don't know. Cuz I mean his health really isn't all that great anyway.
No.
Like he definitely has serious health issues.
Right.
So I feel like he'll just wait for himself to die.
I don't know. If he does get no special treatment and all that stuff, I foresee him having a hard time in jail, in prison. I do, because I don't know. But then again, it's the whole everybody sticks together kind of thing. And so I mean I don't know who wants to be responsible for killing the Jelllo guy.
Yeah, but
You know.
there's also that way that which there is definitely you might want to get him. Yeah. Sorry, Studio Bull's trying to wreck things there, so gotta take a minute. I don't know. There's that way in which I guess it's that whole culture within the prison systems of, it doesn't really matter what you're in for as long as you're not in for being some kind of child molester or animal abuser or woman beater, because those are the people that end up getting shanked in jail. Like there is a certain code even in jail that if you're a child molester, you're gonna get got in jail very likely.
Larry Trimmer says prison will now be adding Jello and pudding to the commissary. My thing is as far as the hashtag Me Too and the women coming out and everything that's happened, like all of these men that are going through this right now come from an age and a day and a time where that stuff was perfectly okay,
right?
And a lot of that stuff, and I don't know. I've never been that disrespectful. I respect all women. I think you need to treat every woman like your mom. And if you don't respect your mom, then you need to find the second best person that's a female in your life.
Right. That one female you really look up to. And I think, the millennials especially have a hard time with the respect kind of thing and all that. So, I don't know. It's really hard for me to watch some of my favorite actors and some of my favorite people fall to this stuff. And like Tom Brokaw, news anchors, all kinds of stuff, and I don't know. It's not. Do you think it's gonna stop at all, Siobhan? I mean, it will. It will eventually. It'll become something that's less than it is now.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know. I guess we'll stay tuned, but hopefully Bill. Hopefully things get straightened out with Bill. I think it's pretty much his career at this point. I think everything's kind of just done.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, he didn't really have a ton left anyway. Let's just be real. Because of his health, mainly. I mean, his health was keeping him from a lot of things anyway. So I think it's just, yeah. Mm-hmm. It's sad. It's unfortunate. And,
yep.
Childhood shattered a little bit more.
Billy Moore Sr. says he'll end up where the country club jail is. That had the blonde craft woman was. Can't think of her name. Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah, Dave says he'll go to a federal prison and get private room, different food, special treatment. Costs $800 a day.
Different mattress, big room. I mean, hey, you know what? Yeah, but I don't know if he'll get it. Don Miller says if he goes to prison, he'll be their most popular man on campus.
Mm-hmm.
Million will want to associate with him and be seen with him.
That's true.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll find out as things go.
Dave says the $800 is paid by Cosby.
If he's got any money left after all these settlements, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't even know that he has any money left.
I know.
At this point.
I know he's got lots of money wrapped up in court fees and court costs, and then it's crazy, man. Well, so it's 9:30 straight up. Siobhan, we got about half an hour left. We got Douchebag Criminals coming up later in the show. Good morning, Robin. How are you? He was a role model to me, and this is completely sad. He is very sick mentally. Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Absolutely.
He was a role model to many of us. And, man, I remember dancing around in the living room to the JELLO commercials when commercials were commercials.
Right.
You know? And I remember those times. It's crazy, dude. It's just absolutely crazy. So we got something right here from X Factor 1. We'll play a song. We got Douchebag Criminals coming up, Siobhan. We got Love News as well.
Yes, we do.
So you want to play this? We'll get into this from X Factor 1. This is You Suck. Siobhan, you suck for not doing that away from the microphone.
I did.
I know you did.
I leaned away. I can't help it. Like, you got to get every last drop. Dave will tell you.
Yeah.
Like Maxwell House, good to the last drop.
Oh, my gosh. All right, here we go. We are going, check this out. X Factor 1, You Suck. We'll be right back after this with Douchebag Criminals and Love News.
Oh, yeah.
Giddy.
We are the 99. We are the 99. We are the 99. You're trying to hold me out. I swear my soul is sick, but medicine I see the lowest lows. Rip like a real man cry. You had your way, but now your ass is mine. You suck. You suck. Hey, Mr. Big Shot, got a message for you. You suck. You suck. Hey, Mr. Big Shot, got a message for you. Push me down, hold me out. Good people everywhere, but no one seems to care. I smell the winds of change, revolution everywhere. I see the lowest lord, I see the lonely crowd. You took your shot, but now your ass is mine. You suck. You suck. Hey, Mr. Big Shot, got a message for you. You suck. You suck. Hey, Mr. Big Shot, got a message for you. You shut you up. Don't mess with me. I'll bust you up. Don't mess with me. I'll shut you up. Don't mess with me. I'll bust you up. Don't mess with me. I'll shut you up. Don't mess with me. I'll bust you up. Don't mess with me. I'll shut you up. I'll bust you up. You suck. You suck. Hey, Mr. Big Shot, got a message for you. You suck. You suck. Hey, Mr. Big Shot, got a message for you.
Yeah. X Factor 1 right there. You suck. Good morning. Sunday Morning Meltdown with Antman and
Good
Siobhan.
morning.
Are you ready, Siobhan?
I'm ready.
Yeah. Been a while.
Oh, yeah.
How you doing?
Time for Love News with Siobhan.
Alrighty. So, this article is actually from last month, but I came across it and I hadn't actually used it yet, so somehow I missed it, and I think it's worthwhile. So, 12 hard truths about relationships that no one wants to believe.
Oh, shit.
Because, I like to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. So it's easy to believe that your relationship is different from everyone else's. It's probably not. Relationships take time, effort to maintain, and you won't always be happy with your partner. Even if you love each other, if you have fundamentally different values, a breakup may be the best option. Everyone knows relationships are hard and take effort to maintain and sometimes disappoint you. Except, of course, your relationship. That's different, or so everyone likes to believe. Below, we've listed some of the truest but hardest to accept insights about modern romance. If you can get past these somewhat unsettling ideas, you'll be more likely to have a happy and fulfilling partnership. You ready for this?
Oh, man.
Everybody's like, oh boy. So we're often attracted to people who will later drive us crazy. While researching habits and personability for her book, The Four Tendencies, Gretchen Rubin noticed a curious phenomenon. People she'd labeled rebels often paired up romantically with people she'd labeled as obligers. Rebels resist both inner and outer expectations. If you ask a rebel to do something, they'll likely resist. Obligers meet outer expectations, but don't always meet inner ones. They usually need some form of external accountability. Rubin told Business Insider, if you're an upholder, you live life according to a schedule. For example, you never miss your daily run, and you always eat fewer than 30 grams of carbs a day, and you always go to bed by 11. It could be exciting to be swept off your feet by someone who feels very free and not confined. But over time, the novelty may wear off, and these two different approaches can come into conflict. To be sure, rebels and obligers and any two types of people can be happy together, but it's worth keeping this pattern in mind. There's probably no such thing as the one.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to love this. So, out of the thousands of eligible singles just waiting for a swipe right, how do you know who's the right one? For you. Trick question. There isn't a right one. That's according to Esther Perel, who is a couples therapist as well as the author of Mating in Captivity and The State of Affairs. Perel previously told Business Insider that there is a one that you choose and with whom you decide that you want to build something. But in my opinion, there could also have been others. You just chose this one. Once you've chosen someone, you work to make that person a better fit.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
It's true. So you may be less likely to break up with your partner if you have a pet or a joint bank account. I knew you were going to like this one. So psychologists call them material constraints. Think a house you could own, a joint bank account, or a pet you both take care of. Research suggests that material constraints make a breakup a lot less likely. In fact, according to a 2011 study of unmarried men and women in heterosexual relationships, adding just one additional material constraint is linked to a 10% increase in the couple's chances of staying together. Presumably, that's because it's harder to distinguish yourself from the relationship when it's not just the two of you. So it's wise, if slightly uncomfortable, to think in advance about what you would do if the relationship dissolved.
Have a plan B? I thought that was wrong. I thought you weren't.
So poor timing can be a reason to break up, even if you love each other. In The Love Gap, journalist Jenna Birch explains why timing is all important in a relationship. Specifically, Birch argues that many men and women may be on different timelines. While men want to feel established professionally and financially before settling down, women can work on love and their career at the same time. Birch urges women to take men more seriously when they say they're not ready for a serious relationship right now. That may mean moving on to someone else who does feel ready instead of wasting your time hanging around. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. So people probably aren't as open to interracial dating as they say they are.
This is gonna piss some people off.
Yes, I'm pausing for the moment for people to realize what I just said. So data from OkCupid described in a 2014 blog post suggests that people's attitudes and behaviors about interracial dating can differ drastically. OkCupid found that among its users, the number of people who said they strongly preferred to date someone of their own race dropped from roughly 40% to roughly 30% between 2008 and 2014. But as OkCupid founder Christian Reuter wrote, in that same time frame, OkCupid users are certainly no more open-minded than they used to be. If anything, racial bias has intensified a bit. Consider in 2009, Asian men on OkCupid rated black women on average 16% less attractive than the average woman. In 2014, Asian men rated black women 20% less attractive. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So, passion may wax and wane in your relationship. I think that's something that a lot of couples struggle with. So you and your partner may not always see fireworks like you did in the early stages of the relationship. The key is not to freak out. Rachel Sussman, a relationship expert and marriage counselor in New York City, told Business Insider that the decline of passion in a relationship is perfectly normal and that you can lure it back. One strategy is to schedule sex. Another is to try a new and exciting activity together. Above all, try to be patient while you work on things. I know you have something to say about that one.
Well, no,
I feel like once you have a kid, you have to schedule sex anyway, so.
Yeah, but.
Because that's kind of, my husband and I have found that, like, with a baby, it's hard. It is. So the wax, yeah, that's absolutely true.
Yeah, but, scheduling takes away from the spontaneity.
It's true. It's true.
Which kind of creates a, okay, God.
But
sorry,
there's
honey, if
it's
you're
that
listening,
way in which, like,
if the wife is listening, my best analogy, I'm sorry for a wife for putting it out there, but punching the time clock. Like, it's kind of like that. Like, every day, punch time clock. Like, lay down. All right.
I get that. I get that. But just because you're scheduling it doesn't mean the actual act of has to be scheduled. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you can say, okay, at this time, the baby goes to take a nap and we're going to go and have some time. But the time can be whatever you want it to
Don Miller
be.
says cultural differences do matter.
It's true.
Um,
So anyways, to keep going here. So it can be hard to make a relationship work if you and your partner have different values. Values are different from interests. If you like going to football games and your partner doesn't, you can probably find a friend to go with you instead. But if you're interested in earning more money and status and your partner doesn't care, that could be a problem. Carl Palmer, a professor of human development at Cornell University, spoke with... Sorry, the pit bull just licked my toes. Wasn't ready for it. He does that. He's a sneak attacker. So he spoke with a series of older Americans for his book, 30 Lessons for Loving, and heard a lot about the importance of shared values. Palmer's interviewees recommended having an explicit discussion about core values with your partner before getting married or deciding to be together long term. You'll want to cover values around children, money, and religion, and whatever else is important to you. One 80-year-old man put it in very frank terms. If you have divergent personalities and ideas of what's right and wrong and what you want to do and what you don't want to do right at the very beginning, well, it's not going to get better. It's going to go downhill.
I agree.
Yes.
I think support is necessary.
You have to,
especially in this industry, especially what we do. Like
you don't necessarily have to be on the same page, but you at least have to be in the same zip code.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So sometimes you will be miserable in your relationship. Total happiness is hard to come by in life, and especially in a relationship.
Anybody who ever said, like, anybody, I don't think I've ever heard anybody over 50 years be like, yep, every day's been great.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I have never wanted to kill my spouse or
right,
my wife,
right,
ever.
Exactly. So, in her book, The Real Thing, Washington Post features writer Ellen McCarthy quotes Diane Soley, a marriage educator who explained that too many people have delusional expectations for marriage. McCarthy writes, Soley wants couples who are getting ready to walk down the aisle to know, really know, that it will be hard. That there will be times when one or both of them want out and can barely stand the sight of each other. That they'll be bored, then frustrated, angry, and perhaps resentful. She adds, Diane also wants them to know that all of these things are normal.
Yeah,
So true.
I think so. You know, I think though when it gets rough and the hard times get rough, I think that's when you have to lean on your friendship you had before the relationship. Remember why you're here.
Why you're together to begin with.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah, and never let it be because of the kids.
Right.
Don't ever stay because of the kids.
Yeah, that's never good. So most people have unrealistic expectations for their relationship.
I second that.
Ruth Westheimer, better known as Dr. Ruth, has seen it all, having counseled thousands of people about their relationships and sex lives. One general conclusion she's reached, most people have unreasonably high expectations for romance. Ruth told Business Insider, Hollywood and the movies tells us the stars have to be twinkling every night, adding, that's not reality of life. As for sex, she said, too many people expect multiple orgasms or think that a man can have an erection like you see in sexually explicit movies. That's why it's important both to be sexually literate and to temper your expectations about what your relationship can bring you. So, you and your partner may not always be compatible. Here's a scary thought. The person you're happy with today may not be the person you'll be happy with forever. Ellie Finkel, who is a psychologist at Northwestern University, a professor at Kellogg School of Management, told and author of the book The All or Nothing Marriage, told Business Insider, even if we achieve compatibility in marriage, there's no guarantee the compatibility will remain strong over time. The real question is whether you're planning to try to make relationship work regardless of how you both change. There's no right answer. You're more likely to get divorced if you're less educated. So Finkel shared another... Yeah. Yep.
I tried.
I know.
I
know. So Finkel shared another distressing insight with Business Insider. People who are relatively uneducated have a higher divorce rate than ever and a lower marriage rate. And when they are married, the marriages tend not to be satisfying. Meanwhile, the Pew Research Center reported that the National Center for Health Statistics found 78% of college-educated women who married for the first time between 2006 and 2010 could expect their marriages to last at least 20 years. But among women who have a high school education or less, the share is only 40%. Yeah. Finkel has a theory to explain why it's really difficult to have a productive, happy marriage when your life circumstances are so stressful and when your day-to-day life involves, say, 3 or 4 bus routes in order to get to your job.
Oh, wow, yeah.
It makes sense.
Okay.
Even more stressful situation makes something that's stressful already that much worse.
Me and Dave's bromance is over because he uses bigger words than me.
And the last thing is that even relationship experts struggle with conflict in their marriages. You can read dozens of books and articles on the science of relationships. You can see a couples counselor. You can train in couples therapy yourself. And still, you may occasionally run into conflict with your own partner. Business Insider spoke to 4 married couples in which both partners are relationship experts, and each couple had stories about marital conflict. The key to navigating that conflict successfully, and this is something that all 4 couples agreed on, is staying curious. One expert said she got upset with her husband recently for brushing her off. When he noticed she was upset, he asked questions like, "Why did that bother you so badly?" and was willing to listen to the answer.
Pay attention, gentlemen. Pay attention, gentlemen. Like, that's a very key. I think that's a very key thing right there.
Yeah.
Billy Moore Sr. says, I had a guy tell me once that he was married to his wife 30 years, and he loved her so much it only seemed like 10 minutes underwater. Okay. You know, I love my wife. I feel like the whole idea that, you know, they say the honeymoon stage wears off. You know, we've had our ups and downs, we've had our issues. I'm not gonna lie, you know, and marriage is hard. You know, marriage is marriage. I say this jokingly, but most people understand. You know, anybody who's been through pain management or some type of, you know, some type of a mental battle or emotional battle, it's every day. You know what I mean? It's something that you can't just, oh, well, so on Monday we're going to be married, and on Friday, time to go to the club.
Right.
You know, and I look at my wife. She gets mad at me sometimes because I still say a lot of the stuff that most men like wear off on saying, and she gets mad at me because I back off sometimes because I just don't like to smother her all the time. You know, you try to find a happy road, you know, where you're not annoying them, you're not, you know, whatever, you're still being romantic and still trying to be important to them. I think it's important, and I totally agree, Siobhan, that spark's important in a relationship. I'm curious.
Communication, too. Communication is key in any relationship for it to work. Like, you have to talk to each other. You have to communicate. And I'm not just saying, like, hey, what do you want for dinner? Communicate. I'm talking actually communicate. How was your day? How are you feeling? You know, like the article said, why did that bother you so much?
Yeah.
You know?
You know, the one thing that I admit, you know, that I missed and having a kid kind of messed up was the whole bedroom talk thing. So, like me and my partner, like me and my wife, you know, lay in bed at night and talk about the day or talk about whatever past, you know, whatever happened over the day, because, you know, day to day, running around the house, doing all the stuff, changing diapers, making food, cleaning bottles, washing bottles becomes so tedious after a while.
Right.
You know, but you just forget to do those kinds of things, you know? So I admit, like, I'm guilty to a point with some of that and not doing some of that. So I definitely, yeah, man. Wow. So post that story in there so everybody can check it out. Good morning, Todd. Good morning, James. It is 9:52, 7 minutes in front of 10 a.m. We're going to Vance's. Today we're going to Vance's. It's going to be fun. Vance's Obets, if you guys don't know. By the way, Siobhan is over there coughing. This morning's show is sponsored by Happy Sticks. So happysticks.com. Go ahead, check it out for yourself. You guys can check all that fun stuff out. So anyway, so let's get into. We have 7 minutes, 6 minutes left. Oh, what do you want to do, Siobhan?
Oh, I don't know. I guess we should pay some more bills, and then we can come back with douchebag criminals, because that's pretty much all I had for today.
All right, sounds good. So we'll do this with Cold Cock Whiskey. We'll be right back after this with douchebag criminals. Close the show.
American herbal flavored whiskey. At Cold Cock, we believe life is about taking your shot. It's about sharing your soul with the people who care to listen, not selling it to whoever will buy it. At Cold Cock, we also believe fine spirits are truly about celebrating the greatest moments in life with true friends. And that's what we strive to put into every bottle of Cold Cock, American herbal flavored whiskey. So here's our best wish to whatever you raise your glass for. Take your shot. Cold Cock, American herbal flavored whiskey. Must be 21 to drink, and please drink responsibly.
If parts are missing from your lawn care items or your parts need replaced, Rotary Corp is the world's largest supplier of outdoor equipment and parts. With qualified dealers in the area, they can provide the parts you need to help keep your lawn beautiful. You can find Rotary by visiting their Not Just Grass dealer at 2034 Williams Road, by calling 614-497-1756, or their online catalogs at shop.rotary.com. Rotary Corp, the world's largest supplier of outdoor equipment and parts.
way back right there with some Social 66. The party is on. That's like way back.
That is way back. Like way back.
All right, yeah. Like I bet Dave was like, "Holy shit!"
Right, totally.
Yeah, man. So Dave was asking if we were shooting at the range today.
Probably not.
No, because we're gonna have the baby.
Yeah.
So unless you want to watch the kid,
I mean, like, I was thinking about that the other day. Like, how could we logistically make that work? And really, it would be
There's
like
no
you
way.
would go in, and I would sit out there
which
with
is
her,
stupid.
and then I would go and that's just ridiculous.
Yeah, that's stupid. Now I have to pick up my new but old piece. So I don't really know how to call it, what to call it, because really there's less than 100 rounds have been through it. I don't even think I've even carried it ever. I think since the moment I bought it, there's just been issue after issue. The misfire and then the hang fire, literally back to back, misfiring issue, hang firing issue, and then the mag drops out of the bottom of it every time you pull to draw, and I was like, time out.
Seriously issues, yeah.
Hold on, time out. Let me put my mag back in. Don't shoot me. Like, oh man. Anyway, so that's something we gotta do today. But right now, it's Douchebag Criminals. Good morning, everybody. Mr. John Lair, how's it going? He says, happy day to all. Good morning, sir. I want to get this comment in so that we don't leave anybody out. Mr. Don Miller, marriage is a sacred pact between a man and woman and God and should be taken seriously. Thank you for weighing in, man. Appreciate you. Good morning, Keegan Montgomery. Good morning. How are you? Hope all is well with you this morning. Siobhan's just typing away over there. We got Douchebag Criminals. You guys ready for this, man? This is a part of the show where we basically just find 3 douchebags and run them under the bus. And it goes a little something like this. So, our first douchebag criminal. Check this out. A couple wanted in a violent umbrella attack in a Dunkin' Donuts drive-thru. Yeah, Worcester. Police in Worcester are searching for a couple who they say attacked a woman with an umbrella in the Dunkin' Donuts drive-thru on Wednesday. Officers responded around 4 p.m. to the JK Mart on Chandler Street for a report of an assault and battery with a dangerous weapon. Found a woman suffering from 3 to 4 inch laceration on her chin. 31-year-old victim told police that she was in the drive-thru line when she suddenly heard a banging noise coming from the rear passenger side of her vehicle. When a woman exited her car and approached, as a man and woman approached her vehicle, she got out of her vehicle. The man swung an umbrella at her and hitting her square in the face. The female suspect then started to punch the victim in the head. Police added the victim fled the scene and called the police. She was taken to an area hospital for treatment. But as you can see there, that's a nasty little love gash. I don't know what else to call that, but
that's crazy.
Yeah. So, are you ready? I know you hate clowns. Clowns, Siobhan.
Are you putting a clown in?
Well, not quite. Our second douchebag here, Tennessee, Knoxville, Tennessee. Tennessee man arrested after search yields super glue huffing stash. A Knoxville man faces charges after an incident in downtown Knoxville on Wednesday. Just after 4:30 p.m., multiple people flagged down an officer in the market square to report an odd behavior by a man. According to police, Brian Zielinski refused to stop walking away from an officer when he was approached, and the reporting officer noted that Zielinski was talking incoherently and appeared to be under the influence of some type of inhalant. Authorities said that a search yielded 2 bottles of super glue in Zielinski's front pants pocket and a sunglass case containing small light bulbs with a straw attached to the end of the bulb. Zielinski allegedly told investigators that the stash of supplies was for huffing glue.
Wow.
Officers also reported finding a small electronic scale with a crystal-like residue in Zielinski's bag. After being placed in handcuffs, Zielinski allegedly tried running away and was restrained on the ground. Officers report that he told officers to kill him while banging his head on the sidewalk. As KPD was trying to place his leg shackles on, Zelensky told them that he had a bomb strapped to his ankles, which he did not. And the officers had to defend themselves as Zelensky started kicking them and trying to kick them in the groin area. His actions created an unreasonable amount of noise that was preventing the surrounding public from carrying on their own lawful activities, the police said. So, for that, he's being charged with disorderly conduct, evading arrest, inhale and process intoxicants of unlawful purposes, possession of unlawful drug paraphernalia uses and activities, and resist, stop, arrest, search, no weapon. Yeah. Wow. And look at that dude. Like, not somebody I want watching my kid. Douchebag criminal number 3 here. This one got me. Kenilworth superintendent charged with pooping on the track. Yeah. So, this superintendent in Holmdel, New Jersey, who's been relieving himself on an almost daily basis on the Holmdel High School athletic fields. It turns out that it was a superintendent of the school district, and the high school track team wanted to know who was pooping on their track, because numerous students would go out there for track and field, and there were a few sprained ankles due to the foliage. Kids slipped and fell and poop and sprained their ankles. Yeah, they didn't have any cameras, didn't have any proof. Turns out the superintendent, Thomas Tremaglini, was doing it the whole time. And students and coaches said they would find human feces on an almost daily basis. They actually purchased a pooper scooper and kept it in the locker room. Holmdel school resource officers were alerted to the problem and started quietly monitoring the area every morning. I don't know if it was daily, but it was an ongoing thing for quite some time. I heard it was at least 8 times in the past few months, said someone within the Holmdel community who wants to stay anonymous. The superintendent, who's 42 years old, is a Matawan resident and was arrested and charged with bizarre crime. He was charged with lewdness, littering, and defecating in public. According to NJ.com, he was arrested at 5:50 a.m. this past Monday, April 30th, and his home is only a few miles away from the high school. The superintendent of the Kenworth High School District is also lectures part-time at Rutgers and their graduate-level education classes. After his arrest, he requested he take a paid leave of absence from his $147,504 a year job. And Kenilworth Schools announced the news on the Facebook page late Wednesday night. So this is going to be a really shitty situation for this guy, Siobhan. And I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to post the douchebag criminals in there. You guys can check it out for yourself.
Yeah, why? Just why? Why?
I don't, it doesn't say why.
I know. But that's my question. Why?
Yeah.
I just don't.
Like, maybe
I just don't understand.
Maybe he's just disgruntled with everything going on in his job. I don't know. How could you be unhappy with $147,000 a year?
I know, right? That's what I'm saying. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Cut his wages in half and give him some teachers in the South. Get them to quit striking. Jeez. Anyway, so thank you everybody for tuning in this morning. We got the douchebag criminals posted in there. Siobhan will get the horoscopes posted up. Siobhan, you're doing an awesome job at musicfamiliaproductions.com. Thank you so much for all your hard work.
Thank you.
Everybody who joined this morning, everybody tuning in right now, everybody watching this before, after, and all that fun stuff, thank you guys for sharing this. And good morning, everybody who had a chance to check out the show. So, and if you want to, we got our YouTube channel changed around, so you can go over and check out all the past episodes. You can see how we've grown and how we've changed. It's kind of cute. It's kind of cool. Anyway, anybody you want to shout out to, Siobhan? Anything?
No, So, just everyone have a good day and enjoy the nice weather. Spend some time with your family.
Yay! That's what we're gonna go do. Fancies.
Yay. Love going there.
I do. Have a great rest of your week, Music Familia. We'll see you Thursday for Ant-Man versus 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. live Thursday night. And anything else, man? Have a great rest of your week, man. Be good to each other. See ya.